E aí, pessoal, tudo bem? Hoje a gente vai conversar com a Aurora, que é uma cantora norueguesa que conquistou o mundo com uma música Runaway, com a trilha sonora de Frozen 2 também, e agora a gente vai conversar um pouquinho com ela sobre o seu novo projeto. So, first of all, I just want to tell you that my grandmother's name is Aurora, and we used to listen to some of her songs during the pandemic. So, yeah, even though we never met before, I already feel very close to you, and I think it's going to be a wonderful interview. So, thanks very much for having us today.
Oh, that's so beautiful. What a beautiful song. Thank you. Muito obrigada.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, so it's my first question. It is known that in 2022 you read a letter co-written by some native activists, so that changed your life forever. So can you explain how was the experience to us?
Well, I've always been a very big admirer of the truth the indigenous people of the world are trying to tell us, because the world has really lost its way in so many ways. And I think what we lack is truly to be connected to each other the way we used to be, and connected to the earth, to have the right respect and empathy and intuition that we used to have. Something has been kind of lost, a certain connection, and I think we all can feel it. And therefore, heightening the voices of native people around the world seems like a very important thing, because like a lot of the issues that I see can be solved by simply remembering these things that we have forgotten. So to read that letter that they wrote, to plead the world to act more with their heart and less with their mind in the way we do our politics was such a clear, beautiful truth. And so I made the album What Happened to the Heart. I'm wondering, that's a question I wonder a lot.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful message. And you also been in touch with a Brazilian native philosopher, as you may say. So in which manner were you inspired by her and by the letter as well to compose your next album?
Well, she was a beautiful woman, so strong and so inspiring. It was incredibly touching to meet her. And it's just inspiring that all the work these people do without violence is just driven by care and love and a wish to have respect for something that isn't even calling out for help. Because Mother Earth is just kind of suffering in silence, but people who find it in them to naturally care to listen to something that isn't even speaking to us with words,
Yeah.
I find that beautiful and important.
Okay. And before you write in your forthcoming album, you also start studying anatomy, willing to understand the most vital part of humanity, right? So how helpful was that to the final outcome of the album?
Well, also when I do research for the themes that inspires me with my albums, and for this album it was very much humans, as you said, and our anatomy, and how we speak about our organs and the gifts they bring. Is it only functional, or is it also spiritual? Do we see spirituality within ourselves, or do we only see function? And that to me is very interesting, with how we look at human beings and how much we think we can do for the world. And I don't know, it's been very helpful to read about how it's changed the way we speak about the heart, for example. Yeah, very important and very interesting.
So we should expect a project focus on the environment aspect of modern society as a major message to the world, but we also can imagine something about our heart and our feelings. Yes? Okay, then.
Yeah.
So as my next question, what is like to go into such a deep introspective process to write what happened to the heart while you were on tour? Did you think it helped or delayed your creativity process?
It did definitely help, because when you're on tour, you are kind of forced to be in touch with the world, because it's easy to hide from the world at home, especially when I make art, because then I go so deep into myself, even I can't find me.
Yeah.
But I wrote this album mostly just on tour because I didn't even know that I was going to make an album so fast after the God We Can Touch, my previous album. But then it just kind of happened because I needed it. And it's been a very different process to many of my albums, but extremely, I've learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
It's been really good.
And right now you are announced some dates in Europe for your tour, including the Glastonbury Festival. Do you intend to go outside Europe, maybe America, South America, and other continents with this album?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I can't wait for it. And how do you think your latest release single, Some Type of Skin, represent the whole project as a whole?
Well, it only represents a small part of the project.
Okay.
Or a part. But it's good at pointing out that to function together with the earth and with each other, all our brothers and sisters around the world, like we used to, we need to both learn how to let the world in and let each other in, and also protecting ourselves enough to not fall apart in all the information and emotion that we feel around us. So some type of skin is kind of, and also that I say we are good people and we deserve peace. All of us. It's a line that resonates with the whole album.
Okay. Now we're talking about specific parts of this album. What is your favorite track on this project so far? There is one?
Maybe A Soul with No King.
And can you tell a little bit of this song for us today, right now?
It's a song very much connected to the earth. And it's about, I don't actually want to say what it's about. People will know. Not with their head, but with their soul, they will know.
Okay.
The important thing is that I think our soul needs a king, a leader. Our soul needs intuition and instinct. So, because without, we are just floating around in the nothingness. So it's a very, I think it's going to be a very fun song to sing live.
Okay. Well, even though you are known in the entire world by the viral track Runaway and by the soundtrack of Frozen 2 as well, with this project you may be getting into a whole new era of your career, so maybe the greatest one so far. And how you're feeling about this next step?
I'm excited. It feels like I'm just where I'm supposed to be. And everything feels like it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I feel very ready, more than ever, to deliver this message that I keep in my heart as good as I can.
Okay, then. So thank you so much for this talk. It was really a pleasure of mine. So I do hope to listen to this album very soon. So yeah, thank you so much again. Bom, pessoal, então foi isso. Eu espero que vocês tenham gostado desse bate-papo curtinho que a gente teve com o artista. Eu fico por aqui e até a próxima.